What's poppin', Conroe High? Today's November 28th, 2018. I'm Juan.
And I'm Brennan. On today's show, we'll be talking about Conroe's tree lighting ceremony and death of Stefan Hillenberg.
So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for today's episode of Total Recap. Christmas is right around the corner, and downtown Conroe is kicking it off with the most wonderful time of the year with an annual tree lighting ceremony. The mayor, Toby Powell, made a special showing at the ceremony and mentioned that the city of Conroe may host a celebratory extravaganza for the 10th year anniversary. The two people that had the honor to flip the switch on the Christmas spirit was the First National Bank of Texas President George Wagner and his wife Sheila, who is the Conroe ISD educator, and their family. The tree light ceremony wasn't the only thing that brought the residents of Conroe together that night. They went all out with the pictures by the tree, children's choir performances, carriage rides, Christmas carols, hot cocoa, and everything else you've basically seen in a Hallmark movie. This event is a way to remind people that Christmas is so much more than just presents. It's about coming together, and that's a special thanks to the collaboration between the City of Conroe and the Conroe Downtown Area Association.
Everyone knows about the animated cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants. Well, did you know the creator Stefan Hillenberg passed just 2 days ago? A CNN source tells us that the death became fatal while in a battle with ASL disease. This shocking news is trending on social media and people all around the world. Just last year, Hillenberg revealed that he had been diagnosed and he was only 57 years old, and dedicated his entire life to the show, stating he would work on his show as long as he was able. To close, He's a Fact, SpongeBob first aired in 1999. Now we'll take it to a quick commercial break and special guests.
Basketball season is here. Come out and support our Tiger and Tigerettes. The tickets are only $2, so make sure to come out and show our love for our basketball teams and help us bring home another trophy.
We want to welcome today's special guest, Jareem, the first place winner of this year's talent show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
First question, how do you feel about winning first place in the talent show?
It was very cool. I actually was not expecting to win first place. Yeah.
What song did you sing, and why did you sing that one?
I sang Como la Flor by Selena, and I sang it because, I gotta be repping that Latino gang.
Were you nervous when you were on stage?
Very nervous. Like, I was trembling.
How much did you prepare to practice the song?
Took me like the day before.
Well, that's all the questions we have for today. Thanks for joining us today, Drew. Now we will take a weather break and a commercial.
Thanks, guys. I'm Josue, your weather anchor for today. We'll be starting off with the temperature as always. Today is going to be having a high of 71 degrees and a low of 40 degrees, with a 0% chance of rain, which is going to be breezy cold. As for the rest of the week, as you can expect, everything will get colder or remain the same, so stay prepared by layering up. And if we take a look on Friday, it appears that we'll be having a storm brewing at a 40% chance. So be warned, and this also includes Thursday, yet it is not as hectic as it is only giving off a 30% chance of a rain and no storm. And in the world of pollen, everything will remain the same, so no worries there. And now to finish off with our fact of the day. Brenda Lee recorded Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree when she was only 13 years old. I'm Josue, and that's all for weather.
Class, how are you doing today? Sean, Juan, I'm gonna need y'all to leave the room for a minute. I need to talk to David. Thank you very much. So, how you doing, David?
I'm doing good today, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You got a problem with you using your phone, man?
I guess. Why? Am I failing?
Yes, sir. You have a 50 average. If you could just go ahead and please put your phone away. you know, it would really help your grade.
I'll put it away and I'll start paying attention. I'll get my work done.
You know, if we can just go ahead and keep your phone away for the rest of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and call the other students in. We'll have a solid day. I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do, and then we'll be good. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Now we will take it to sports in a video from our nurse.
Thanks, guys. I'm Angel. We'll some tea about some sports. In professional sports, the Houston Texans increased their win streak to 8 wins, beating the Titans 34-17. Also, the Houston Rockets' losing streak continues with a 135-131 loss to the Wizards. But James Harden becomes the first player with 5 50-point 10 assist games. Congratulations to boys and girls basketball for bringing home some dubs. Keep up the good work. Also, girls basketball have a tournament in K, so y'all make sure to come and support and show your Tiger pride for the next game. Today's quote comes from Linda Kahn. Try not to look too far ahead. I could retire as an anchor, but I see myself as always being busy, and I want that connection to sport. All right, so being a boy Angel with sports, back to you guys in the studio.
Hey Conroe High. So today we're starting a 4-part series on the impact of stress. What it is, what it does, and how we can respond to stress in a way that uses it to our advantage. It's not news that stress is a normal part of everyday life. The list of stressors in a single day can be very long. So stress can be physical, mental, or emotional, and it isn't always bad. Stress can come from anything that requires us to respond or to adjust. A new relationship, a competition, travel to a new place. The thing that distresses one person can be exciting for another. The biological response that's triggered remains essentially the same for stress, whether it's something exciting or something alarming. So the stress response comes from hormones that are released into the body when we experience a physical or a psychological stressor. Cortisol and adrenaline are the two most familiar hormones, and what they do is they cause blood pressure, blood sugar, and breathing rate to rise. A brief increase in strength and focus, and a redirection of blood to the parts of the body that are most important when we're preparing to fight or to run away. So we develop this response for survival, but the way to handle the stress that we deal with now in our everyday lives is less obvious. So many different things that we deal with that while we're planning for our future, you know, there's a lot keeping us up at night. So now the hormones that are designed to help us fight or flee are often more likely to cause feelings of irritability and anxiety, disrupted sleep, and forgetfulness. So ongoing stress can lead to things like headaches, stomach aches, muscle tension, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, hair loss, acne, and decreased resistance to illness. These stress chemicals that prime the body for action in the short term, in the long term, change the structure, the activity, and the connections in the brain. They literally cause the brain to shrink in size, disrupting the function of the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain that's essential to memory and learning, and interfering with the function of the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which regulates behaviors like concentration, decision-making, and social interaction. So prolonged exposure can increase activity in the amygdala, which is known as the fear center of the brain. And it decreases the body's immune response and disrupts the normal functioning of the gastrointestinal system and many other things. So many of us are already living with the effects of chronic stress. So how do we keep all these bad things from happening? Well, stress isn't going to go away, that's obvious. So we have to decide how we want to use the stress in our lives. And yes, we can use it. So we'll talk more about how we can do that next time. But today, if you're struggling to deal with the stresses in your life, please don't wait to reach out for support. Talk to your parents, your friends, your teacher, your counselor, or talk to the clinic. None of us can do this alone. So take care, Tigers, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. We want to finish up our newscast with a couple of announcements. New Alpha Theta, the Math Honor Society is having a meeting tomorrow after school in room 266 from 2:45 to about 3:30. During our ACT Club, we'll be meeting today after school in the cafeteria.
Just a reminder, we will be on block schedule tomorrow. We will go to 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Conroe High School Theater is having their Black Box play this week, November 29th, November 30th, December 1st, and December 3rd. The tickets can be purchased on conroehighschooltheater.wixsite.com.
Those are all the announcements that we have for today. Tune in tomorrow for KTIG News. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to follow us at KTIG News in all of our social medias and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
As always, CHS, start strong, finish strong. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for more KTIG news.